Hi everyone, this is your Tampa Bay Realtor Lance Mohr, and in this video I want to go over the 4 points in negotiating a purchase contract if you found the home you want and you want to make sure yours is the offer the seller picks. Alright, so I decided to do this video because a couple days ago I talked to a gentleman on the telephone. He ended up firing his current agent and hiring me because he lost 4 properties in a row, and him and his fiance were getting extremely frustrated. They were about ready to give up hope. So I started just going over some of the stuff I do on how I negotiate and what I sort of go through. So I wanted to do this to really help you out. So there's 4 points. Number 1 is make sure your agent presents the offer. Now you may be thinking, whoa, that's common sense. Of course they're going to present the offer. Common sense isn't too common anymore because about 60% of all the contracts I get in my listings, I never hear from the agent. They send me an email, and I've even had over the years several buyers lose the home because their agent sends the email and it never even gets to me, or it goes in my junk box and we already agreed upon another contract before I even know it. It's not up to the listing agent to know a contract is coming over. It's up to the buyer's agent, the selling agent, to present the contract. And they should be doing this anyhow. They should be calling the other agent up, letting them know that they're going to be sending over a contract, picking the other agent's brain, etc. So make sure they actually present the contract. You need to ask the agent before you hire them how their negotiating skills are. So the second thing you could do is if it's in a multiple bid situation, if you're competing against other buyers, have the agent write an escalation clause. Now, escalation clauses can't be used in every state, but they could be used in Florida and they could be used in a lot of states. If they don't know what an escalation clause is, if they don't know how to write one, if they've never written one, then you probably should have hired another agent because they could cost you the home. It's an extremely effective way to make sure the buyer gets the home. A third way is to actually have the lender. I'm assuming the buyer is getting a loan. If they're not, then you provide the proof of funds for the buyer. But if they're getting a loan, you not only want to present the other agent with the pre-qualification or pre-approval, but you want to have the mortgage banker, the lender, call up the listing agent and tell them how qualified the buyer is, because agents and sellers don't want the deal blowing up. They don't want egg in their face. If a buyer can't buy and it's within the proper time period, they get their earnest money back and they're along their merry way, where the seller and the listing agent are just sitting there with egg in their face wondering what's going on, and they wasted time in the market. They don't want that. Have your lender call them up. And the last thing, it sounds a little unusual, but believe me when I say this, of over 20 years in the business, this works. Have the buyer write a letter, preferably handwritten, but even if it's an email, write a letter to the seller telling the seller how much they like the home, what they like about the home, why they want to buy the home. People at the end of the day buy and sell emotionally. I've talked to a lot of sellers, and they'll see the buyer come in the home and they'll just say, I just want to sell to this buyer. They're just a very nice buyer. They know they love the home. And sometimes you don't get to see the seller, but have your buyer, if you're an agent and if you're a buyer, write a letter to the seller telling them what you love. It's not going to hurt. I know it sounds weird, but it is very effective because I've seen it on the listing side when buyers have done that and sellers love it. It's like being told your kids are smart or your spouse is good looking. Just do it. Those are the 4 things you need to do. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, you're looking for representation, buying or selling a home, give me a call. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if there's anything that's worked for you that you think is a good idea. I hope this helps you, and I wish you the best of luck. Have a great day.